Okay, if this were mine, well, here's one way to do this, to cut this or check out what's in this burl. And that would be to, let's see, take and slice this thing in half, right down the middle of it, and then come back and cut it straight down, maybe here. Now you have some burls. See, you got one there. You still have one here, and there seem to be some on the other side. In other words, basically, let's concentrate on this. So you would cut this straight up and then across the top, so you'd have two halves. And actually, when these flip down, you might want to take and cut it across again. In other words, cut this part this way and this one this way. You'd have four sections of burl that you could check out and see what's in them. That's really the only way to determine, because that does look pretty soft, but you might have some nice big burl in the middle here. Now if you do cut this in fours, you might want to make your cuts. In other words, you might want to cut it this way. Let's see if I can clear this. Let's say you wanted to preserve this piece over here, so slice this thing like this and then come back to the front of it and cut the 3 or 4 foot section off. So we go back here, you're still going to cut this off someplace over here. In other words, you're going to want to open this up somehow to take a look at it. It looks like it's got burl all the way around it. Some of it may be good, some of it might not be any good. And there's a couple things that you can do. Let's say that there's a couple pieces over here on this big piece. Just get some straight blanks. Like I was saying in my post, if you wanted to cut 12-inch blank, take and cut this, go 12 inches, I'll go like 14 inches, and cut this off, and then you're gonna have this piece right here, and you're gonna want to take and cut this in half. You can do that on this side or on the front of this, or even on the back of this one. Cut this across at about 14 inches, and you'll have a 14-inch log, and you come back and cut that across, and you'd have two sections that you could pull some nice big bowl blanks out of it. You probably could get actually two or more out of, two smaller ones or more out of each half. But that's what I would do. Actually, if you got in here and you cut this crotch piece out, you'll get some nice figure right in there too. Take that piece and get it home, and then cut that in half lengthwise. You know, cutting up a tree is really a fine art. I'm just figuring out how to do it myself. Been doing it for a couple years, and I'm not the burl master by any means, but I know sometimes you have to cut the things open and to see what's inside of them. First, you have to determine what type of projects. If you're making pen blanks, it's not going to matter that much where you cut it to see what's inside. The bigger the project you make, it's going to determine. In other words, the bigger, like if you're doing big bowls, you're going to have to cut the burl so that it's obviously going to fit the shape of the bowl that you want. So that's what I would do. You can even come in here, and again, if you were going to do 12-inch balls, I would cut this maybe 14, 15 inches, cut it straight down, and then you would cut it lengthwise across the top. So if you were looking from the side, if this were the face of this, you're going to cut it in half. Actually, you're going to make two cuts because you're going to cut out the pith. So that's what you would do on this side. That would give you some nice blanks. You could do that on any of this stuff over here. You can make this could be cut up in any number of ways. You can slice this up into pieces. Just remember to try to make them, well, in this case, because all the irregularities, I would make them, you're going to want to be able to pick them up. So usually I cut mine 24 to 30 inches, but I have someone around to help me pick them up since my back is bad. But you could cut these 12 to 14 inches in length, and they should be big enough to make some 12-inch bowls. And again, if you wanted to make a 24-inch bowl, you're going to have to cut the piece 24 inches or more. There's no telling what's inside of this. Let's see what else is in this tree. Yeah, if you end up slicing this one right across here, you should pick up most of that burl. You could actually come back, slice down like that, and then slice down like that, and slice down like that. And that would leave all that punky stuff. But you never know that this punky stuff you might go 6 inches in and it might start to disappear on you. You might have all solid wood. Again, you don't know until you open it up. Anyway, those are some of my thoughts. Good luck.